The falling leaf roll. Let's learn it, let's break it down. This one is actually not too hard to learn. You just need some confidence, in best case also a softer floor to find this confidence. You need some rolling basics. If you don't have them, maybe check out this video and learn the basics of rolling, so you then can come back to this one and together with me break down the falling leaf roll. Let's go. First things first, let's try to activate some of the muscles in our core to kind of prep them already for the forces that will occur in the full leaf roll. And unlike common belief, rolling, while maybe seemingly super fluid and easily, can be quite tough on the midsection of the body because there's a lot of force and we need to somehow control this force by squeezing certain areas of our core in order to make the roll round and not just melt into the floor or slash into the floor. So let's start the process lying on the back actually. Now from here we go into this very common core preparation task, the hollow body position from gymnastics actually, okay? So what you will do on a back position, you will try to bring the pelvis away from the floor and also bring your shoulder blades away from the floor. So you actually squeeze yourself upwards here, okay? Now, in best case, you can't bring your hand beneath the floor and the lower back. If you can do that, try to press a little bit further down and lift your shoulder blades just a little bit higher. Now from here, ideally you can slowly extend one of your limbs forwards without losing this contact, until you can maybe do it on the other side as well, right? From here, maybe you can also practice the same thing, but with the arms backwards to have this idea of the force. And then if you can do this already and hold for a couple of seconds, let's try to find a proper rocking motion. Next up, let's go into some actual rolling. So let's use a basic forward shoulder roll in order to prepare ourselves for a very important pattern that is occurrent in the falling leaf, which is a straight arm push into the roll, okay? Usually in a roll you would create kind of like a folding mechanism of the arms to guide yourself into the roll, something like this, which in the falling leaf roll, especially the straight arm version of it, we don't do. So what we can do in a roll is kind of, while going into the roll, keep on pushing with our main supporting hand, which is right hand, right shoulder, left hand, left shoulder, and try to find just a little bit more straightness in our arm. So instead of melting into the floor and do my roll, I will create a little bit more tension, still go forwards like this, but keep on pushing away. Maybe ideally I can even keep this one straight. So in this one really the practice is to not slam your shoulder on the floor. So best case, use a softer floor so this won't happen. Next up, let's try to understand the rolling mechanic, the pattern of the falling leaf roll. And we can actually do this here on a wall. So by simply going against a wall, I will place now my rolling arm, which would be right now the left arm, kind of like a little bit higher than my head onto the wall. And now I can trace along the side of my arm all the way diagonally over my back this rolling motion. Now importantly here, I do not just softly lay my hand against the wall, but I keep pressing. This push is necessary to fulfill the full roll later on the floor. Okay, now let's use this mechanism from the wall, this core activation, and try to actually go for a couple of basic falling leaf rolls. Now I'm using this mattress here, and if you have something like this, or tatami mats, or an air track, or anything, sand, grass, to make the impact a little softer, it helps so much, especially with the confidence and trust. Now before going into the full roll, I can already trace the same thing from the wall also in this position. So I would place my rolling arm on the floor and I would kind of be in a push-up position far away from my hand actually. And now I would trace the roll. So from the hand, keep pushing onto my elbow. I kind of lie down, but I bring my shoulder first onto the floor and I roll away. Once again, push-up position, hands forwards, pushing, elbow, shoulder, and rolling. Maybe we can speed it up a little. Jump. Now the next thing is actually finding more commitment to go more and more for the roll. My preferred setup to teach this one to beginners is the following. From a push-up position, I will use the rolling arm, which is now my right arm, and I will place it far away from my body. So actually, the distance from shoulder to floor is reduced, so it's not that scary. I don't fall so much, okay? Now from here, if my right arm is in the front, I will kick with my left leg upwards, and I will keep pushing into this floor. See this push right here? This one I want to keep for the full duration of the roll. I will jump and I will try to twist my body mid-air by keeping both legs together. I want to glue them together, turn and find the roll, okay? Sometimes at first you will fall and slash down into the mats, which is okay. It's a learning process, but after a while you figure out how to really bring your leg upwards and then perform the roll, so it's a smooth wave-like motion. Now you can already try, instead of jumping from the right leg, jumping from the left. So there is an additional twist mid-air, which is quite fun. Hey people, if you're interested in all of this rolling, especially the falling leaf, I recommend checking out my Finding Flow, the Acrobatics Lab online program, which is filled, literally filled with acrobatic movements to learn, broken down like in this video, step by step, so you can learn them. Sequences, creative movement ideas, improvisative ideas, conceptual studies, conditioning tasks, taking care of your body within this acrobatic practice. So all of this you can find there. Of course, also the falling leaf is being broken down with some very, very cool acrobatic variations of it. And if you're not that far ahead and you need something super easy to start, then check out the Finding Flow Basics Beginners program or the Finding Flow Integrations Intermediate program, where you will be guided just a little bit more from the start up. Find everything on www.neilteisner.shop. Use the code YouTube10 for a 10% discount. And now let's directly continue with this video. Now that you have the basic mechanism of the falling leaf roll, we can try to bring it a little bit higher. So actually we can, in the future, could go from a handstand into it. So the way to do it is, instead of starting in a push-up position and having your arm very much in the front, now pull your arm a little bit more back. Maybe not directly next to each other, but just a little bit. And now, instead of just jumping a little bit, maybe we can already jump higher. But the key now, especially if you're learning this, do not already go into a full handstand. If you just jump a little bit, the fall won't be as high and fast. So just jump a little bit, let your legs come up, initiate the roll with the shoulder, and then the legs will follow down. So for the full falling leaf roll, you need all of these ideas and mechanics from before internalized in your body, okay? If you can do all of these lower step falling leaf rolls, then learning it on harder floor should be actually quite alright. And also if you are fully in a handstand position and falling down. Please remember, for the future of your shoulders also and of your back, This pushing mechanism is so important. If you don't push, you will simply collapse into the floor like a falling house of cards, okay? But by actually keeping pushing with the straight arm, you can transform this fall into a very nice and soft roll actually. The thing is now, if I practice on harder floor, usually I allow my arm to bend just a little bit more to make it softer for myself. The full on straight roll I can also do on concrete, but it takes just a little bit more impact. If I allow my arm to bend just a little bit, but still keep on pushing, it becomes softer. Well, this is it with another video. I hope you liked this one. If you did so, please let me know in the comment section. Every comment is being appreciated. Also, if you want to see something else, just write a comment. Please also subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you stay up to date with the weekly videos that will come for the complete year of 2024. Yeah, everything else from workshops that I'll be teaching, from online programs, everything you can find in the video description or on www.neilteisner.shop. As always, if you watch these videos and you purchase any of my online programs, you get a 10% discount if you use the code YouTube10. This is it for now. Happy falling, happy rolling. Hope to see you in the next video. Until then, ciao ciao.